About a year and a half ago, Chris William called me and said that Laura Schissel sent him copies of a manuscript and several separate parts to a Sousa arrangement of Debussy's Afternoon of a Faun. Chris asked if I had time to organize all of this into a working score that we could perform it from. I finished it in late December, and Chris delivered a copy of the score to Loris in early March of last year. Loris is a friend of our band and senior music specialist at the Library of Congress. Manuscript that Sousa had written actually only had 10 parts, section flutes, section clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, cornets, and bells were on the score that he had written. There were separate manuscript parts for the harp, the tuba, and the two solo B-flat clarinets, and published orchestra parts for solo flutes, oboes, bassoons, and horns. All of this needed to be copied into a music notation program to create the score and generate readable parts. After a few weeks before the first rehearsal, I discovered that I had left out a section first clarinet part and managed to add it to the score. During rehearsals, we've caught and fixed several wrong notes that were in the manuscript, and we double-checked them in the orchestra score. I kept everything basically the same. I did add trombones and euphonium parts to the middle section that Sousa had added his trumpet and cornet parts, and labeled them with a term ad lib. That means that these could be left out and were not part of the original arrangement. After we started rehearsing the piece, there were section parts in the clarinets, flutes, and saxes that needed to be adjusted down an octave because of balance issue with the solos. Our knowledge of Sousa marches and other compositions, it's customary to do this during soft passages, so this is something that he might have had to do as well. Well, it was interesting how he combined the section flutes, clarinets, and saxes into the string parts, but one of the more interesting things was how he combined the two harp parts that Debussy had originally written into one harp part, and he added a bell part to cover the second harp harmonies in the middle of the piece. He also used two tuba parts that basically replaced the two bass parts. The burning question that I have is, according to what we've been able to find, Sousa never performed this piece with his band. So I would really like to know if he actually rehearsed the piece with his band, and since there's no record of him performing it, why wasn't it performed?